All right, so welcome. This class is going to be suitable for beginners, totally able to take your own route through it. We are going to be practicing 3 different limbs of the Ashtanga yoga practice. The first one we will look at is a meditation, dhyana, and then we will do a brief pranayama practice, like a breathing exercise. And then we will go through an asana sequence and find ourselves in meditation again for the last 10 minutes of the class in Shavasana. As I always like to say at the beginning of my classes, we embrace the practice of ahimsa, so if anything is painful to you, please do not do it. Please make a choice for something else. Doesn't have to be a stereotypical yoga pose. Find something else that is not painful for you. So yeah, we'll just start seated for a meditation. You can use a block if you'd like, or be seated on a chair. Find whatever props you need just to make yourself comfortable, since we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. And you can place your hands anywhere that's useful, on your legs, on your chest, on the floor beneath you. And just gently allow your eyes to close if they aren't already. Bring your attention to the places where your body is in contact with the floor. Feel the weight of your body pouring down through those points of contact. Pouring down through the floor of this room, through the foundation of this building, connecting you to the earth beneath. Let your breath be easy. Let your body relax into this weight, connecting you down to the earth. Holding space for all those who walked on this earth before us. Holding space for the practitioners of yoga that developed this practice and allow us to be here today. Allowing the weight of your body to ground you in the present moment. Allow anything that you have to do for the rest of the day or anything that you're stressed about to become light and float away from your body as you become rooted and grounded through the points of contact you have with the ground. As you feel yourself settling into your body, I invite you to focus through the rest of this class on the practice of Asteya, which is non-stealing. One interpretation of Asteya is that we are all thieves in a way. With every breath that we take, we are stealing from the earth, from the ecosystems that create the atmosphere and the oxygen that we need to survive. But the answer to this and the way to practice Asteya is not to stop breathing and die, but to receive each breath with reverence and gratitude for where it came from. Allow this intention to become present in your breath. And when you feel centered around this idea, around this practice that we're coming to today, slowly blink your eyes open and find yourself back in this space. Before we begin our asana practice, we're going to do a practice of what's called Dirga Pranayam. It's a breathing exercise where you will breathe first into your chest, then your diaphragm, then your belly, all in one inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll exhale through the belly first, then the diaphragm, then the chest. We practice this to deepen our lung capacity, prepare ourselves for a physical practice, and you can also use this to connect towards that sankalpa, towards this practice of Asteya and gratitude for the breath. So we'll just do this 5 times on your own time. You might find it helpful to place a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly so you can feel where the inhale is going and really direct it. So you'll inhale, starting at the chest, 3 beats, going chest, diaphragm, belly, and exhaling belly, diaphragm, chest. Practicing this 5 times. Maybe finding a little bit more fullness each time. It can be really easy to think of this breath as going forward, but also remembering that our breath moves 3-dimensionally. So is there a space where you can expand further into the sides of your ribs or into your back that can help you find more depth? And take whatever time you need, listening to the rhythm of your breath today. When you've finished your 5 breaths, find your way into a tabletop position in whatever way is comfortable for you. This might mean rolling over your knees and your shins. It might mean sitting down fully and rolling to the side. Take your time getting there. As you come to this tabletop, we are going to begin a practice of Surya Namaskar, or sun salutations. We generally repeat this facing east, which is the orientation of our room today. We'll just do a repetition 9 times. So you can, just so that you know, you can kind of pace yourself through these 9 repetitions and follow the rhythm of your breath all the way through. We'll start just with smaller versions of every pose to work our way into it. And then you can build up over those 9 times toward larger versions or more extended versions of the poses if you'd like to. So we'll start in that tabletop position. Take a moment just to work through your spine, maybe finding some side bends or cat-cows. And take this as an opportunity to start connecting your breath to your movement. We've been doing a lot of breathing in stillness. This is an opportunity really to feel the inhale as you extend your spine and the exhale as you round. Listening to that rhythm and practicing that close intention between the breath and the movement that you're doing. Beautiful. On your next exhale, we'll press back into child's pose, finding a nice length in your spine, reaching the fingertips forward as far away from your body as you can. On your next inhale, you'll find your way back in that tabletop position. Once again, arching the spine upwards and then exhaling to round. On your next inhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands in a low lunge and just move around here a little bit as you need. If you'd like to build some heat, you can straighten and relax the back leg. If you'd like to find a slight twist, you can reach the right arm up towards the sky. And on your next exhale, bring the leg back to meet your right leg. And then lower your belly all the way down onto your mat. You'll inhale here into some kind of arched position. You can take just a simple cobra with the elbows pressing on the ground, or you can take a locust, just reaching the arms back behind you to lift the chest. If you'd like to build some heat, locust will help activate the muscles in the back. And then exhale, moving back towards tabletop position. We'll do that same sequence on the other side. Taking a moment to round and arch your spine here. And then you'll inhale the left foot forward between the hands on your own time and with your own breath. Once again, finding what you need here. Listening to your breath, and then exhaling the right leg back to meet the left when you're ready. Flowing through our modified vinyasa, lowering the belly all the way to the ground, finding some kind of small arch to activate the back muscles and open the chest. Exhaling to release and pressing back to tabletop. Find one last cat-cow moment, listening to your breath here. And then you can tuck the toes and straighten the legs towards a downward dog. Really trying to lengthen the pelvis away from your head, pressing into the ground, feeling that heat build in your shoulders. And really lightly and easily bending whatever joints you need to, walk your feet up to meet your hands. So so we'll find a forward fold, Utkatasana. Bend your knees generously and inhale, lengthening the spine, letting your belly just rest on your thighs as you inhale. And then exhale, release your head all the way back down and the pelvis up towards the sky. One more inhale, reaching all the way up to standing. Nice flat back, out and up as you inhale. And then exhale to stand and ground your weight through your feet. Take just a few breaths here and reconnect to that grounding that we found in the meditation. Your contact points with the ground are different now, but the way that gravity connects you to the earth and through the earth to everything else is still constant. In touching the ground, in being weighted and held on the earth, you are connected through that to everyone else standing and being held by gravity. And on your next inhale, reach your arms up above your head, nice and high. You might send your gaze following your hands. And exhale, Utkatasana, forward fold. Bending your knees as you need to. We're moving into our second round of Surya Namaskar. Inhaling to look forward and lengthen the spine, bending the knees as much as you need to. And exhaling to place the hands back on the ground. You'll step your legs back to a staff position and take just one breath in that position, like a high plank position, to kind of engage your core a little bit here. You can pull the belly button a little bit closer to the spine. This engages your Uddiyana Bandha. It aligns the spine, builds heat. And on your next exhale, lower your belly all the way to the ground. Find that small arch, again, whatever variation you're using in this moment. And exhale, back down, pressing yourself back to downward dog this time, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a moment here for yourself, maybe walking through your feet, maybe bending and straightening the legs a little bit. 3 deep breaths to move around, maybe find a little bit of heat rolling through your spine, or try to reach the heels a little closer to the floor. And when you're ready, you'll inhale the right foot between your hands, coming towards that low lunge position again. You can choose to release the knee onto the ground or leave it up. You'll inhale, reaching the arms up above your head. And exhale the arms right back to the ground, following the tempo of your breath. Inhale the right leg back to meet the left. And flow through that vinyasa again, lowering all the way to the ground. Inhaling to that small arch, maybe pressing into the ground a little bit more this time, finding a little bit more space in the front of your chest. And then exhaling back towards downward dog when you're ready. And right away, you'll inhale the left leg forward between the hands. Choosing to place the knee on the ground or not, you'll inhale the arms up above the head, letting the gaze follow. And exhale back to the ground. Inhaling to lift the leg. and following your breath through the vinyasa that you've been choosing. Take your time and follow your breath, and we'll meet together back in downward dog. Take a few more deep breaths and just notice things in your body that have changed since the last time that you were here. And on your next inhale, gently walk the feet up to your hands. You'll inhale to lengthen the spine out once you get there. And exhale, allowing the weight of the head to fall back towards the ground. Inhaling the arms wide, reaching the head forward to stand all the way up. And then exhaling again to release the arms down to your sides and ground yourself. Inhale the arms back above your head. This time as you exhale, we'll find a chair pose. So you'll sweep the arms down to touch the floor, bending the knees as much as you need. And then inhale your torso back up, long towards the ceiling. So you want your shoulders to be right over your hips. Taking one breath here, and then exhaling to fold Utkatasana, letting the weight of your head reach toward the ground and lengthening the legs. You'll exhale and step your legs back towards that high plank position that we've been flowing through. This time, maybe as you lower, hold an inch above the ground if you'd like to build a little heat, or you can lower all the way to your belly as we've been doing. Following your exhale, and then your inhale to find an arch. If you'd like to find a full upward dog here, you are welcome. If you'd like to keep working on the locust or the cobra, that is also welcome. And on an exhale, you'll find your way back towards downward dog, tucking the toes and reaching the hips away from your hands. We'll start to move with every breath through this round. So as you inhale, bring the right foot between your hands. And in the same inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And your next exhale, bringing the arms down, stepping the leg back. Take an inhale here to strengthen through your Uddiyana Bandha, and then exhale to lower. Inhaling through your arch, and exhaling back to downward dog. Repeating on the left side, inhaling the left foot between the legs, reaching the arms up in that same breath, and exhaling the arms back to the ground, stepping the foot back. Inhale to find your center, and exhale to lower. Inhaling through the arch, really opening between your shoulders, and then exhaling back to downward dog. Inhale, slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands. Maybe take one exhale to let the head fall towards the ground, and then inhale, lengthen the spine out. exhaling all the way back down to Utkatasana. We'll reverse our way to chair pose. So from here, you'll bend the knees and reach the arms up. Taking one breath here. And then on your next inhale, just lengthening the legs and reaching upward. And let your arms float down. We're going to go through this same exact sequence 4 more times. Follow your breath. Take whatever alternate modifications you like. You're always welcome to add a little twist to that lunge. You're always welcome to change the position of the arms. You're always welcome to take a child's pose instead of a downward dog, a tabletop instead of a downward dog, any kind of arch that you'd like, as long as you're following your breath through the sequence as you go. So from here, you'll inhale the arms up and exhale them down to begin. Inhale and exhale to fold down to that Utkatasana. Inhaling the spine long and exhaling to release. If you'd like, finding a chair pose here before moving back to your high plank. And flowing through whatever kind of vinyasa you're working on today. And that follows your breath. As you continue to follow the rhythm of your own breathing through these poses, I'm going to share the story of Hanuman, who wanted to know all there was to know in the world. And so, of course, the first person that he thought of asking was his mother. And he said, "Mom, tell me everything there is to know in the world." And she replied that she didn't know everything there was to know in the world, even if perhaps it seemed like that to him. But the person that he would want to ask if he wanted to know everything that there was to know would be the sun. Because the sun travels the world all day and all night and sees all that there is to see. So surely he would be the one to know all there is to know. So Hanuman went to the sun, and he asked the sun to teach him. And first, the sun was hesitant. He said, "I travel all day and all night, and I can't stop to teach you." Hanuman said, "That's okay, I'll follow you. I'll keep up with you all day and all night, if only you'll teach me all that there is to know." And the sun said, "Okay, but even if you can keep up with me, my light burns so bright you could be blinded if you spend all day and all night learning from me." And Hanuman said, "That's okay, because we cannot grow and we cannot learn without some kind of struggle. So I am willing to potentially be blinded to keep up with you all day and all night, if only you will be my teacher." And so finally the sun agreed, and Hanuman followed him all day and all night, while the sun told him stories of all that he had seen and all that he knew. And following his time learning from the sun, it is told that Hanuman created this series of poses, the Surya Namaskar, to be performed facing the sunrise, in order to thank the sun for all that it had given him. And even though we haven't traveled with the sun and been taught all that there is to know the way that Hanuman was, there is still so much that the sun gives to us every day. Its light is what allows life on this planet to thrive. Its warmth is what allows us to be comfortable, sometimes a little too comfortable, but it provides us the warmth that we need to live. And in some way, through everything that we eat and everything that we drink, the energy of the sun is in our own bodies. So as you continue to find your way through this sun salutation, embracing the gratitude for all that the sun gives us every day, you can also imagine a little sun inside yourself. Maybe near your belly button, like the Uddiyana Bandha that we talked about, or coming out of your sternum, your chest. As you continue to move through these poses and slowly build more heat in your muscles, you can imagine this light growing a little bit brighter, the warmth getting a little bit stronger coming from the center of your body and shining out from your sternum every time you open up to the sky. As you find your way back to standing, make this your last inhale and exhale of our Surya Namaskar sequence. So you'll end in Samastiti, standing with your arms by your sides. And from here, we'll move into a balanced pose of your choice. So if you'd like to just start out in Vrikshasana, tree pose, you can place the inside of the left foot on your shin, really grounding through your right foot to start. And from here, you can choose a position that will help you connect to your breath, that will help you feel grounded, and maybe thinking about connecting to this gratitude and reverence that we've been thinking about throughout the class. If you'd like to feel a little bit more open, maybe connecting to that image of the sun bursting from your chest, you might reach for the leg behind you for a dancer pose, which can just start with the knee bent close to you before extending it out further. If you'd like to connect a little bit more to the groundedness that we thought about with the meditation, you can stay in this tree pose or reach for any variation of a heel grab. So extending the leg to the side, extending the leg forward, finding like a twist that can either be at the knee or the heel, and really grounding through the bottom foot, no matter what position you're choosing to find today. You might think about roots growing out through the standing foot as you breathe, following the same pathway that we thought about in the meditation. So they're growing down through the floor that you're in, breaking through the foundation of the building and reaching deep, deep, deep into the earth below us. And if there's anything that you feel like you need today, you might imagine that these roots are pulling it up from the earth to nourish you. Maybe giving it a color or a light and letting this fill you up from the bottom of your foot. Taking one or two more deep breaths and switching to the other side whenever you're ready. Keeping in mind that maybe the other side needs something different, so don't feel like you have to do exactly the same pose that you chose on the first side. Feeling your roots pulling up whatever energy you need, and taking a few more deep breaths before releasing when you're ready. From here, inhale your arms up above your head, maybe following them with your gaze. And then you'll exhale to fold down, Utkatasana. We'll do one last flow through of some asana poses before beginning to stretch and move into Shavasana. So from here, you'll inhale the spine long, looking out, Ardha Utkatasana, and exhale the hands back to the ground, stepping back and lowering your knees to the ground in a tabletop position. From here, you'll reach your right arm above your head and your left arm back for a spinal balance. So you'll have opposite arm and leg reaching away from each other. Beginning on an inhale and taking 3 deep breaths here, feeling that little sun in the center of your body radiating outward through this opposite arm and leg. And on your next exhale, slowly and carefully bringing just the arm to the ground. You'll lift your left arm now, trying to keep your balance as much as possible. Place the leg down if you need, but we'll slowly move to a supported side plank. So you're opening the left shoulder up and opening the left hip up so they're stacked on top of each other. So you're looking towards the door. Slowly and thinking about your breath. Engaging the bottom leg to find your balance. Nice. And exhale the leg to the ground. You're gonna sit back onto your hips. So you'll be facing the far wall in a seated tree pose with your left foot against your your left leg long and your right leg against your thigh. Take an inhale up to reach above your head and lengthen your spine. And then exhale to reach towards your toes, keeping the spine long no matter how far over you go. And on your next inhale, coming back up to a long seated position, you'll exhale the left arm down next to your left hip. And then inhale, exhale your right arm down so that you'll press your hips up into an arch on the shin. And then exhaling down to that same seated position. We'll repeat that one more time, so you'll inhale the arms up above your head and exhale to reach toward the toes. Inhale up long. And then exhale the right arm down. Inhale to press forward, feeling that light radiating out of your sternum. And then exhaling back to a seated position. You can bring your left arm down now, coming over back to a high plank position. However is easiest for you to get there, and then lower the legs back to tabletop. So we'll find that same sequence on the other side. This time reaching the left arm forward and the right arm back, or the right leg back to start. Taking 3 deep breaths here to engage that warmth in the center of your body and feel it spreading towards your fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, carefully exhaling just the arm down and then lifting the right arm open to find this balance in a supported side plank. Finding yourself grounded here for just a moment, and then exhaling to sit back, bringing the right leg long and the left leg in to meet your thigh. Inhale the arms up, and exhaling forward towards your toes. Inhale back to vertical, and this time you'll exhale your left arm down to the ground. press the hips forward toward the windows. And exhaling right away, flowing through that sequence one more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling down toward the toes. Finding a little more length in the spine maybe. And then inhaling back towards a vertical position. And exhaling the left arm down. Inhale to press the hips up. And exhale to sit back down. Rolling back to that high plank position, however is easiest for you to get there. And then releasing the knees to the ground. From here you have a couple of options. So you'll bring the right leg forward. You could find a pigeon pose if you like, or just another low lunge. If you decide to take the low lunge, you can turn the toe out just a little bit for a lizard. So either way, we're looking for a stretch along the outside hip of your right leg. Inhale the spine nice and long to start, and then gently exhale forward if you'd like. You can use your hands or props here to relax your head onto the ground so that you're not holding your head up at all. Really allowing yourself to relax here and noticing any places where you might still be holding something. And send every exhale to that part of your body. Slowly find your way out of this position and switch to the other side, taking as much time as you need. You can move back through the tabletop or just swivel your legs around to the other side, whatever is most comfortable. As you relax into this position, I have one more story for you. It's the Japanese Buddhist story of Gammyocho, the two-headed bird, where they are exact opposites of each other. When one of them is asleep, the other is awake. When one twin is angry, the other is calm. And when one is happy, the other is sad. So, one day, one of the twins was asleep, and the other was delivered a gift of delicious berries, and decided that he would eat all of them before his brother woke up. So, of course, the second twin woke up and was upset, and decided that while his greedy brother was asleep, he would eat a whole bowl of poisonous berries, despite him. Now, of course, in his moment of anger, he forgot that they shared a stomach, so it was not only his brother who got sick, but him as well. And from this story, we learn about greed, but we also learn about interconnection, and that harming that which we are connected to will only harm ourselves as well if we are unaware of our connection. Once you feel that you've been able to fully relax in this position, you can find your way out of it and to a position lying on your back, taking as much time as you need. And you can find just a couple last positions on your back here to release any tension you might have in your back. You might find a happy baby or a twisted position. Whatever last things you might need, maybe taking a moment to listen to what your body might be asking for before making a choice. And over the next 8 to 10 breaths, finding your way to a Shavasana position. If there's anything you need to lie in the Shavasana position for the next 10 minutes, go ahead and find it. If you would like a sweater or a blanket to stay warm, or if you need any props or supports, go ahead and make yourself as comfortable as possible. And as you begin to relax into your breath and into the ground, something that you could perhaps keep in mind is the idea of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which means the whole world is my family. Releasing into the ground here, knowing that you are connected, you are held, and you are safe. begin to bring your awareness back towards your body. Maybe finding some small movements in your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking a big deep breath in and an exhale out through the mouth. Slowly and gently rolling onto one side of your body and finding your way to a seated position. Thank you both so much for letting me guide your practice today.
Thank you.
We'll just close with this coming back to Asteya and this sense of receiving with reverence, but also being intentional with how we use the breath that we've been given. So maybe thinking about something that you can do this week that gives back kindness to someone that you know needs something, maybe thinking about how to take care of what you already have instead of trying to get more, finding a way to be intentional in your actions this week. And we'll just close with a chant, if you're okay with that. I'll say it first and then we'll say it once together. It's just the Om Shanti 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 chant, which Shanti means peace. So with the first Shanti, we're giving peace to ourselves. With the second Shanti, we're giving peace to those around us. And with the third Shanti, we offer peace to the world. So, Om Shanti 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 Om. And together. Om Shanti 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 Om.